Thank you for joining me for another edition of 600 Words or Less. Today's episode will feature original work by Chris Hutchins from his Impressions collection. This work was titled No Apology Needed and was dated February 6th, 2014. No Apology Needed. When Demara and I decided to alternate writing each week, we knew there would be some opportunities for some he said, she said banter. If you read last week's article, then you know she is taking this very seriously. Last week, for instance, the title of her article was Telling on Myself. As hard as it may be to comprehend, Demara is worried that I may disclose potentially sensitive information about her. So she decided to steal my thunder, take the wind from my sails, beat me to the punch, and head me off at the pass by telling on herself. Let this soak in for a minute. When you think about it, her strategy is genius. In last week's column, she claims to be a control freak and cites this as the reason for her mini laundry strike. Because she doesn't like the way we fold the laundry. We all know that's just a convenient out to justify not doing the laundry. Me? I just act like I'm experiencing early dementia. So, you put the fabric softener, holding the bleach, directly onto the darks, right? Or, my favorite, this laundry basket doesn't fit in the washer. Honey, how is this supposed to work again? For kicks, I will sometimes grab the dish soap and start heading toward the utility room. When Demara looks my way, I say in my most innocent and reasonable tones, "What? Oh, don't worry, I'll just use extra since it's not laundry detergent." That always nets a laundry intervention, courtesy Mrs. Hutchins. Demara lets us share dish duty, although she does tend to spray off and stack the dishware. My 13-year-old doesn't know how lucky he is to have a mom that's a control freak, that cares so much, and a dad that is always willing to make sure he knows how to wash dishes. Sometimes it's just too easy, and this is one of those times. Demara mentioned how she doesn't study well in groups, spends a lot more time on Facebook than I do, her love of garbage television, and how she drives like a Roman chariot driver that has been time warped to the present, given driving lessons by an angry New York cabbie. So, I won't go there. I will, however, touch on one thing from her article. Her inability to utter the words, "I'm sorry." Maybe you have experienced something like this with your spouse. Scientists speculate there may also be a similar mental emotional block to the words, "you're right." If you want an apology from Demara, you need to file a written request with Congress, the Supreme Court, and the U.S. Marshal's Office, filed in triplicate with notarized signatures and at least 3 witnesses. Fingerprinting, blood type, and DNA evidence must accompany the request, which can only be filed on the 3rd Monday in April during an even-numbered year. The request must include parental consent forms, 3 forms of government ID, a detailed description of the grievance, and a statement of purpose, as well as a statement of limitation of liability, an EPA environmental impact study, and the governor's seal. Once all proper documents have been submitted, there's a mandatory 47-month waiting period before your request is considered. If your apology request is approved, you can expect your apology when flying pigs begin to sell mittens to the minions that will be experiencing the first ever snow day in Hades. Another thing I will agree with her about. We have perfected the art of communication by stink eye.